Finding a genuinely good free VPN is harder than it sounds. Most of them are either slow, full of ads, selling your data, or forcing some other annoying limitation on you so you buy a paid plan. But there are a handful of free VPNs that are actually good. So in this video, I'm putting 4 of the best free VPNs head-to-head. ProtonVPN, Windscribe, Planet VPN, and VPN. I'll cover everything you need to know about each one in detail, so by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one is actually worth using. First things first, we need to decide what actually matters to us when choosing a free VPN. Generally, people want strong encryption, a no-logs policy, decent speeds, enough server locations to be useful, and no ads. You also want to know how the company makes money, because if they're not charging you, there's usually a reason. Let's see how each of these 4 stacks up. Starting with ProtonVPN. This is probably the most well-known name on this list, and for good reason. Proton is based in Switzerland, which has some of the strongest data protection laws in the world. Their apps are 100% open source, meaning anyone can look at the code and verify what it's actually doing. Their no-logs policy has been independently audited, and they use serious encryption, AES 256-bit with RSA 4096-bit key exchange, and SHA 384 for message authentication. That is about as secure as it gets. The free plan gives you unlimited data, no ads, no logs, and it's free forever. Over 100 million people use Proton to protect their data, which tells you something about the trust they've built. But here's where the free plan starts to show its limits. You can only use it on one device at a time. The speeds are rated as medium, not high. You can only connect to servers in 10 countries, and you don't get to choose which server you land on, it's randomly assigned. There's no streaming support, no torrenting, and no split tunneling on the free tier. So it's private, it's trustworthy, but it's fairly restricted in what you can actually do with it. Personally, I find the one device limit the most annoying limitation for day-to-day use. I use a VPN on both my laptop and my phone, and with Proton's free plan, you can only have one connected at a time. So every time you switch devices, you have to manually disconnect the other one. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's definitely an inconvenience that adds extra friction. Now let's talk about Windscribe. I've noticed that most reviewers don't talk about Windscribe nearly as much as they should be. Windscribe gives free users 10 gigabytes of data per month if you confirm your email address. If you don't want to provide an email at all, you still get 2 gigabytes every month. Now 10 gigabytes isn't unlimited, but for casual browsing and light use, it goes a long way. What makes Windscribe stand out is that the free and paid apps are completely identical. There are no paywalled features hidden behind an upgrade prompt. Whatever the app can do, you get access to all of it. They also don't limit simultaneous connections, so you can use Windscribe on as many personal devices as you want at the same time, which is really uncommon for a free VPN plan. You get servers in 10 countries, including the US, Canada, Switzerland, Hong Kong, and Germany. There are no ads, no throttling, and they have a certified no-logs policy. If you need more data, you can upgrade to unlimited for as little as $3 a month, which is one of the most affordable paid options out there. The main limitation is obviously the data cap and the limited number of countries you can connect to. If you're streaming or downloading regularly, 10 gigabytes will run out, and streaming-optimized servers are reserved for paid users. But for someone who just wants reliable, private browsing without spending anything, Windscribe is a pretty decent option. Next up is HideMe. This VPN takes a slightly different approach. HideMe is completely free with no registration required at all. You don't need to sign up, you don't need to provide an email, you just download and connect. Like Windscribe, they have been independently audited and certified as a zero-log company, meaning they literally cannot store your data even if they wanted to. That's a strong claim, and it's been verified. The free plan gives you unlimited data with no caps whatsoever. No ads either. The speeds are solid, and they promise 99.9% uptime, so you're not going to be dealing with constant disconnections. You also get customer support 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even as a free user, which most VPNs don't offer on free plans. The limitations are that you only get access to 8 server locations on the free plan, which is the smallest selection on this list. You can only connect one device at a time, and streaming optimized servers are only available to paid users. But the core product is clean, private, fast, and genuinely free with no strings attached. Now let's get to Planet VPN. Planet VPN has been around since 2017. It's based in Romania, which sits outside the Five Eyes Surveillance Alliance, and it's grown to over 15 million users worldwide. The free plan gives you 12 server locations, which is actually the most generous selection of any free plan on this list, and you get to choose which one you connect to rather than being randomly assigned. The The speeds are rated as high, on the same level as premium paid VPNs, which is a bold claim but one that users seem to back up for nearby servers. There are no data limits, no bandwidth caps, no time restrictions, and no registration or personal information required to get started. Security-wise, you get AES 256-bit encryption, multiple protocols including OpenVPN and IKEv2, a kill switch, and DNS and IP leak protection. All of that on the free plan. You can also use it across multiple devices simultaneously, not just one. But here's the catch, and I want to be upfront about this. Planet VPN does show ads on the free plan. Every other VPN on this list does not. And the no logs policy, while stated clearly, has not been independently audited the way Proton and Hide.me have been. So you're taking their word for it. Those are two real considerations to factor in. If you upgrade to Premium, you get over 1,200 servers across 60 countries, no ads, streaming and torrenting support, double VPN, split tunneling, smart filters, and up to 10 devices on one subscription. Pricing starts at just $199 a month on the 4-year plan, which is very competitive. So how do these four actually compare when you put them side by side? Let's break it down simply. For privacy and trust, ProtonVPN wins. Swiss jurisdiction, open source apps, independent audits, and a decade-long reputation for protecting user data. Hide.me VPN is a close second with its certified zero-log system. Windscribe is also strong. Planet VPN is solid but trails behind without an independent audit. For data limits, Proton, Hide.me, and Planet VPN all offer unlimited data on their free plans. Windscribe caps you at 10 gigabytes a month. That's the one area where Windscribe falls short compared to the others. For server choice and flexibility, Planet VPN gives you the most freedom with 12 locations you can actually pick from. Windscribe gives you 10 countries. Hide.me gives you 8. Proton gives you 10, but randomly assigns your server, which is the least flexible of the four. For speed, Planet VPN and Hide.me both claim high speeds on their free plans. Proton rates its free tier as medium. Windscribe doesn't throttle speeds, but your experience will depend on the server load. For ads, Proton, Windscribe, and Hide.me are all completely ad-free on their free plans. Planet VPN shows ads. For simultaneous devices, Windscribe is the clear winner with unlimited device connections. Planet VPN supports multiple devices. Proton and Hide.me limit you to one device at a time on the free plan. So which one should you actually choose? Here's my honest take. If privacy and trust are your absolute top priority, and you only need it on one device, go with ProtonVPN. The Swiss jurisdiction, the audits, the open source code, and the ad-free experience make it the most trustworthy option on this list. If you want the best balance of features, device flexibility, and privacy without any data cap, Hide.me is seriously worth considering. No registration, no ads, unlimited data, and a verified no logs policy. It's quietly one of the best free VPNs available. If you want the most server flexibility, the highest speeds, and multi-device support all for free, Planet VPN delivers. Just know going in that you'll be seeing ads, but if you can deal with some ads, Planet VPN is pretty much the most feature-rich VPN on this list, even on their free plan. And lastly, if you're a light to moderate user who wants a polished app with all the features unlocked, and you don't mind the 10 gigabyte monthly limit, Windscribe is a good option. Personally, I lean towards Planet VPN for my own use case. I mainly use a VPN to access streaming content, and being able to actually choose my server location makes a real difference for that. I'm also jumping between my phone and TV, so the multi-device support on the free plan is something I genuinely appreciate. Yes, there are ads, but honestly, they don't bother me that much. And if they ever did, the 4-year premium plan works out to basically $2 a month, which is still much cheaper than most other premium VPNs. And just to put that into perspective, Proton's top-tier plan starts at $8 a month on a 2-year subscription. Planet VPN's 4-year premium plan is $2 a month. You're getting a capable, fast VPN for a quarter of the price. The truth is, there's no single best free VPN for everyone. It comes down to what you actually need. But any of these four is a massive step up from using no VPN at all. And if the free plan of whichever one you choose isn't quite enough, all four have paid upgrades worth checking out. Most of them come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can essentially try the premium version risk-free before committing to anything. I put the links to all of these VPNs in the description below so you can check them out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.